Community Forces Veteran Award. And this award is presented to a service member or veteran who has demonstrated tireless commitment to the Montana military community by cultivating impactful and sustainable change through advocacy, leadership, and of course, team building. This award recognizes individuals who have galvanized the community to work collaboratively towards making Montana a better place for service members, families, friends, neighbors, and by and large, folks, just about everybody that falls under the community umbrella. And on a personal note, I really never really liked this guy. And frankly, I don't know why he's getting the award. I'm totally kidding, guys. I would like Ryan Luko to please go forward. Yeah, no problem. No problem. You can pay me later. No problem whatsoever. I thought about this in the 10 hours I had to sort of figure this out this evening, and I have his bio here, but you know what? I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to go off the cuff on this one. I met Ryan several years ago when I came back to Montana and got involved in the military community, or kind of doing what I do. And I've got to tell you. If this man is anything, he's consistent and he steps forward. I think those are two things that sorely are lacking in our military community, especially for my generation. I'm 42, I was an OIF guy, a little bit younger. I'm one of those guys in the middle. I was in Clinton's Army, and then the war broke out and the Army wasn't that much fun anymore. But this man right here continuously sets the example of what I would call, and not only on the NCO side of the house, but the officer side of the house, of the warrior/scholar ethos. He puts his mind to something and he gets it done. That is something I think that is sorely lacking in my generation coming out. I see too many folks, and I'm very critical of my peers. I'll call them out in a heartbeat. Where's my give me, I need, I want? Like, what are you doing? You either work, you volunteer, you go to school. You may be beat up physically, mentally, emotionally. Everybody's got problems. And you have to move forward and get it done. This man is an example of not only getting it done, but helping those that get it done. When it comes to positive can-do attitudes, I really can't think of too many more folks that can set the bar or even step over the bar that he said. You'll need a pole vault to even really do it. I could go on and on, but I think all things considered, it would be best, and he approached me earlier that he wanted to speak, so I'm being very transparent on this. But I think it would be best hearing it from him, because I think once you hear him articulate his mission, vision, and kind of where he wants to push things and help people, I think you'll understand, and I'm really not qualified to fill in the blanks. So with that, I would like to present Mr. Ryan Luko.
All right, what time do we got? 9:47, we got 13 minutes. I'll try to get this done. No, sincerely, thank you very much, Char, for those very generous words. It's an honor standing here tonight, and very humbling being recognized by your peers, and this is exactly who this is. There are a lot of worthy veterans, Marilyn alluded to this, veterans who deserve to stand up here tonight. So I thank you for this. This is incredible. I hope it's okay to share some of my thoughts. I promise it won't be 13 minutes. And Brandy and Angie, I also promise that it won't be accompanied by my 4 favorite words of, I have an idea. So when we started talking about and thought it was appropriate to move Montana Joint Community Forces out from under the fiduciary responsibility of Impact Montana about a year ago, this was not what I had in mind. I prefer being a part of the nomination and selection process more than this, but it is genuinely appreciated. Thank you to Brandy, my Impact Montana and Uniform in Christ teams, the Joining Community Forces Board, my friend Matt Kuntz, who was last year's recipient of this recognition, for incredible inspiration. And hopefully everybody knows his story, and it's unfortunate that he had to go through that, but he has paved a lot of roads for what's come from his journey. I also have to thank my mom for believing in what others were hesitant to believe in, but I would expect nothing less from a mother, as this has always been the case. It's hard to believe that it was just 3.5 short years ago that some of these ideas were manifesting. We were talking about joining community forces. We were talking about this exact event. In fact, I walked into Brandy's office, I think, after stopping by the Civic Center, and I asked them what date they had on their calendar, and they said, well, we just had a cancellation this week. So February 20th, I think, is what it was, and that was 6 weeks later. And so in a matter of 6 weeks, we were able to partner and put on the first gala event at the Civic Center, which wasn't nearly as well done as this was tonight, but it was a seed that was planted. And I thank you for allowing me to share that idea with you. So the gala, JCF, the Warrior Challenge, Marilyn talked about it. This fall will be the 3rd year of that, and that event is growing tremendously. And I hope this is going to be the plug for the Warrior Challenge. All these tables out here, I hope to see you with a team at the Warrior Challenge this fall. So moving forward, there's a quote from Oswald Chambers that I would like to share with you, and it allows me to reflect on my entrepreneur spirit and discern between ideals and vision. There is a difference between an ideal and a vision. An ideal has not moral inspiration. A vision has. The people who give themselves over to ideals rarely do anything. Ideals may lull to ruin. Take stock of yourself spiritually and see whether you have ideals only or if you have vision. But a man's reach should exceed his grasp. Or what's a heaven for? If we are eating what we have out of our own hand, doing things on our own initiative without expecting God to come in, we are on the downward path. We have lost the vision. Is our attitude today an attitude that springs from our vision of God? Are we expecting God to do greater things than He has ever done? Is there a freshness and vigor in our spiritual outlook? So I came across that a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was perfect for this occasion. So my expectations for everything that's being done are that if we as a state are to fix our cultural challenges that exist in the military and veteran community, that the fix has to be God-driven, with you and I in the passenger seat. These efforts with Uniform in Christ, Impact Montana, Joining Community Forces, etc., are not ideals. They come from a vision, part of a macro-level view in how we can eventually operate as a state in supporting our service members, veterans, and families. Even though we have multiple organizations represented here tonight, and individuals and families not attached to organizations, I personally don't see that. What I see is one common thread and a desire to be part of something bigger than ourselves. JCF is not just a vision for Helena. It can't be Brandy and Steve by themselves, can't be a lone institution or a single nonprofit or government. It has to be a community and statewide investment and movement. And last and most importantly of all, it cannot be competitive. The vision that has been casted is truly that the entire state has a refocused effort in service member, vet, and family support, similar to what we are doing here. And yes, we here have the ability to support this effort across the state. Be cautious though. When that spirit inside tells you that you are supposed to influence the development of something big, don't ignore it or shun it. Live in it. When you live in it, there is no burden. Believe me, there is more in this vision and effort that is yet to be revealed, but it cannot be done alone. It will take every individual with a vested interest in being involved. and likely to a point where it will stretch you, like it has my family. But being stretched does not have to equal being burdened. With this, I have to say that none of this would be possible if my wife, Angie, wave Angie, please, thank you, did not literally allow us to live in this vision. So tonight, please join me, and since we're wrapping up, I won't challenge you to pull out the checkbooks and whatnot, but starting tonight, I sincerely hope that everybody that has a table will continue to move this process forward. And really what this boils down to is we need to be known for something other than our high suicide rate, and I think we can do that. And so let Montana joining community forces be our legacy. Warrior strong, Montana strong. Thank you, and God bless.
As I said, ladies and gentlemen, there was really no need for me to even go any further. He summed it up beautifully. Our JCF's 2017 recipient of the Veterans